Everyone said Sarah was perfect. Perfect grades, perfect manners, perfect smile. Teachers praised her. Parents compared their kids to her. Even the principal once said if every student were like Sarah, this school would be heaven. But perfection is fragile, and Sarah's was about to shatter. That morning, she walked through the school gate with confidence and sunshine in her heart. She didn't notice the glances, the half-hidden laughs, or the silence that followed her steps. By lunchtime, the whispers had begun. By closing bell, her word would never be the same. It started like a shadow, a whisper in the hallway. She did what? Someone said, too loud, then pretended not to. Sarah didn't notice at first. She was busy helping a teacher carry books. But whispers have wings. By the time she reached her class, the air was heavy with her name. Her best friend, Ada, wouldn't meet her eyes. Her classmates' laughter turned quiet when she walked in. Sarah smiled anyway, pretending not to care. But deep down, something cold crawled up her spine. Because once a rumor starts, the truth becomes a ghost. During break, someone slipped a folded paper into Sarah's locker. She opened it and froze. We know what you did. No name, no signature, just those 4 words. Her hands shook. She looked around. Everyone was staring, but no one said a thing. Ada walked past her like a stranger. The teacher's voice echoed, distant and hollow. That afternoon, Sarah couldn't eat. She couldn't even breathe right. Her perfect world was cracking, and she didn't even know why. The next morning, the principal's secretary stopped her at the gate. Sarah, your parents have been called. Her chest tightened. Called? For what? Inside the office, her mother sat stiff, eyes cold. Her father wouldn't even look at her. The principal cleared his throat. Sarah, we received reports that you've been involved in something inappropriate. Sarah's lips trembled. What are you talking about? But no one believed her. The walls of that office felt smaller with every second. She wished anyone would just say what she did. But no one did. Sarah thought it was a mistake. A mix-up, something that would clear up soon. Until she saw the video. It was blurry, grainy, but it showed someone in her uniform, in a classroom, doing something shameful. Everyone assumed it was her. Her teacher, Mr. Collins, said quietly, I'm sorry, Sarah, but this is serious. She ran to Ada. Ada, you know that's not me. But Ada looked away. I'm sorry, Sarah. Everyone's seen it. In one day, she lost her friends, her peace, and her name. And the real nightmare hadn't even begun. The next morning, the school felt different. Every step Sarah took echoed louder than usual. Conversation stopped when she passed. Laughter followed behind her like knives. Even teachers avoided her eyes. In class, someone muttered, "Shameless girl." Sarah swallowed hard, pretending not to hear. But inside, she was falling apart. She knew the video was fake. But no one cared. People didn't need proof, only gossip. That night, she cried into her pillow until her chest hurt. For the first time in her life, she wished she could disappear. 2 days later, her father stormed into her room. His voice thundered. Sarah, tell me the truth. Did you do it? She fell to her knees, tears running down. Daddy, I swear it's not me. But his face stayed cold. Her mother's silence was worse than anger. He dropped her phone on the bed. The video was playing again. This is you, Sarah. She screamed, look at the face. That's not me. But no one listened. That night, she sat by her window, whispering, who hates me this much? The next day, a message popped up on her phone. No number, just a text. You want to clear your name? Meet me behind the old lab after school. Her heart raced. It could be a trap, but she had nothing left to lose. At 4 p.m., she waited behind the broken fence. A hooded figure approached. A voice whispered, I know who made the video. Before she could speak, the person handed her a flash drive and disappeared into the dark. Sarah clutched it tight. For the first time, she felt a spark of hope. That night, Sarah plugged in the flash drive. Her hands trembled. Inside were raw clips unedited, showing the real footage before it was changed. The video had been edited, her face replaced, her breath caught. It wasn't random. Someone wanted her destroyed. Then she froze. The computer reflection showed a familiar face behind her in one of the clips. Mr. Collins, her favorite teacher, the one who always said she reminded him of his little sister. Sarah couldn't sleep. Her mind replayed every memory with Mr. Collins, every smile, every compliment, every time he'd called her special. It all felt sick now. The next day, she walked into school shaking. He was there, pretending to mark papers, acting like nothing happened. When their eyes met, his smile didn't reach his eyes. It was a warning. Sarah knew she couldn't fight him alone. He was a teacher, she was just a student. But something in her snapped that morning. She whispered to herself, "You picked the wrong girl to break." Sarah knew the truth alone wasn't enough. She needed proof and courage. That evening, she went to the cyber cafe near her street. She printed screenshots from the flash drive, labeled every frame, every timestamp. The video had been edited on a school computer. Only teachers had access to that system. Her hands shook, but her eyes burnt with focus. He thought she'd stay quiet. He was wrong. As she packed her files, she whispered, "Tomorrow, everything changes." Sarah went to school early, acting normal. She smiled, said good morning, pretended nothing was wrong. At lunch, she dropped her phone on the teacher's desk, screen recording on. "Sir," she said, "I need to talk to you." Mr. Collins looked up, uneasy. "What about Sarah?" She leaned closer. "The video." His face went pale. "Don't talk nonsense," he snapped. But the camera caught it, the twitch in his eyes, the sweat, the fear. He didn't know he was walking into his own trap. That night, Sarah got another message. "Stop digging, or we'll make another video worse." Her heart stopped. She deleted it, but her fear didn't fade. She looked around her small room, her trophies, her certificates, all symbols of a life she built from hard work. And now, one man wanted to burn it all. Sarah clenched her fist. She wasn't just fighting for herself anymore. She was fighting for every girl who'd ever been silenced. By morning, the school group chat was on fire. A new video was circulating, not of Sarah, but of Mr. Collins. Editing files late at night. Someone had leaked it. Students were shocked. Teachers whispered. The principal called an emergency meeting. Sarah didn't say a word. She sat in class quietly, listening to the chaos she had set in motion. For once, the whispers weren't against her. They were against him. Mr. Collins found her after school, his face red with rage. "You think you've won?" he hissed. Sarah stood tall, her voice steady. "I just told the truth." He grabbed her wrist, and that's when the door opened. The principal walked in, followed by her parents and 2 police officers. Mr. Collins froze. The principal's voice was cold. "We've seen enough." Sarah's hand trembled as the officers took him away. She didn't smile. She didn't cheer. She just whispered, "It's over." The next morning, the news spread everywhere. Teacher arrested for leaking students' video. Parents flooded the school. Reporters called non-stop. Sarah sat in her room, quiet. She thought she'd feel happy, but she didn't. Her name was finally cleared, yet her heart still hurt. Trust was gone, her innocence gone. When her father walked in, his eyes were red. "I'm sorry, my daughter," he whispered. For the first time in weeks, she hugged him without crying. A week later, Sarah got another message. "Meet me behind the chapel." It was Ada. When Sarah arrived, Ada was already crying. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said. "Mr. Collins promised to help me pass if I told people you confessed." Sarah's chest tightened. So it was her best friend all along. But instead of shouting, she sighed. You didn't ruin me, Ada. You just showed me who I really am. Then she walked away, leaving Ada in tears. When Sarah returned to school, everything stopped. The same halls that once whispered lies now echoed with guilt. Some students tried to smile at her. Some looked away, but Sarah didn't care anymore. She wasn't there to prove herself, she was there to finish what she started. She joined the press club and began writing articles about online bullying and fake scandals. Her first headline read, Rumors kill but truth can save. Months later, the school held an assembly. Sarah stood on stage, heart pounding, the crowd silent. She looked at the sea of faces, friends, teachers, even parents. Then she said, Everyone thought I was guilty. No one asked for the truth. But lies don't die until someone dares to speak. Her voice shook, but her words cut deep. She finished softly. If you ever hear a rumor about someone, don't spread it. Ask, listen, protect. The hall erupted in applause. Tears filled her eyes. A year later, Sarah walked past the same gate where it all began. The sky was bright, her uniform gone replaced by her university shirt. She stopped, smiled, and whispered, I survived. Behind her, posters hung on the wall. Anti-Bullying Week founded by Sarah Daniels. She had turned her pain into purpose. Her scars became her story, and her story became her strength. As she walked away, the camera would fade to black, and her voice would echo softly. They tried to break me, but they only made me unforgettable. This story teaches that a lie can destroy faster than truth can rebuild. Rumors are weapons, invisible, silent, but deadly. What happened to Sarah could happen to anyone. A single rumor, a single click, and a whole life can crumble. It reminds us that silence helps the guilty, while speaking up protects the innocent. Sarah's courage to face shame, to stand against lies, and to rebuild her life shows that strength isn't the absence of pain, it's the decision to rise through it. The story is not just about a girl falsely accused, it's about every young person who's ever been judged without being heard. And every adult who looked away instead of asking one question, what if it's not true? If this story touched your heart, don't scroll past, share it, talk about it. Because someone out there is fighting the same silent battle Sarah did. Stand against rumors. Speak for the silenced. Be the voice that asks for truth before judgment. And remember, you never know whose life you're saving when you choose to believe in truth instead of gossip.